Welcome back to the Camille Davis Show. Thank you for joining me. If you're not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so now. And also feel free to comment, share, like. I appreciate it. Thank you in advance. I don't know if you can see, but I have some little white things in my hair. Please ignore. I washed my hair yesterday. I treated it with a protein treatment, a concoction of aloe vera, egg, and avocado. I was having some scalp issues. I don't know if the avocado raised the dandruff to the top or it was the avocado residue. I'm trying to figure it out. Anyway, so that's my explaining if you see anything white on my shirt. So, guess what? Today, I have something special for you.
Something?
Oh, not sorry. Well, it's a little setup. I have someone special for you. I have a guest here that I know you guys would be very, very interested in hearing from. So he wears many hats, by the way. He goes by director, writer, producer, uh, editor, actor, and recently fans have dubbed him Hot Ras. But we'll get back to that. And he's also a mental health advocate, which is a huge part of why I really want to talk to him today. Welcome to the show, Jamar McFarlane. Applause.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me. The one and only.
Are you doing? Hear him now, no? The one and only.
No, I'm doing fine.
Where's the
I'm doing fine.
humility?
What is that?
What are you doing? Huh?
I'm good. About humility. I mean, not humiliated. Not
Thank
humility.
you so much for joining me today.
Yes. Thanks for having me.
All right. So Jamar is not a stranger to me. I met
Yeah.
him a few years ago. I call him friend, and I don't really call a lot of people friend. He is
Oh.
just a really humble, irrespective of what we just heard a second ago. He's a humble guy. He is very kind and willing. Um, and I'll just share an experience. I had an audition, and this is just one. I had an audition one day, and I remember I called him like maybe 2 days before. I don't remember if it was a day before the audition. I mean, I explained, Mr. Jamar, I need a camera set up. I need someone to record me for an audition. And not only that, I want somebody to read with me too. And he was like, yeah, man, what time? Where? You know? And that's just the
Yeah.
person that he is. And
I'm ready to go.
for that, I really applaud you. He's just a really nice guy. So, like I said, I've known him for a few years now. I met him on a set and we were doing a TV show and we just kind of kick it off. I saw that he was there to act and I saw a lot of potential in this guy. Only to learn later on that he doesn't just act. He is, he wears all these other hats, other hats.
Today I have on the Adidas, but yes, many other hats.
So Jamar, I know you, but
Mhm.
many may not, or they may not be as familiar with you as I am. Who is Gemmar McFarlane?
Now, how are you supposed to ask that question after that long intro? What am I left here to say?
All right, let me size it down a little bit for you then. I know, like I said, you're all these things. You wear all these different hats, but one of the main things that I think is so purposeful to you is that you're a mental health advocate.
Right.
Now, being a male
Mhm.
in Jamaica who like just has this boldness
Mhm.
to sharing your story. Tell me a little bit about that story. How were
Mhm.
you? Where did that begin for you?
Okay. So my mental health journey, let me start from the very beginning. So before, I found out I had issues, just so the
Mm-hmm.
public knows. I'm diagnosed with bipolar type 1 disorder. But before I even knew what that was, in my head, in
Sorry,
Jamaica,
I didn't
yes.
hear that just now.
Oh,
You're diagnosed with
yes, I was diagnosed with what you call an illness called bipolar type 1 disorder.
bipolar
Yeah.
type 1 disorder. Mm-hmm.
hmm
Okay.
And before all of that, all I knew as a little youth was that is either you're a normal person or you're mad. So that was a summation of my mental health knowledge, in high school at the
Wow.
time until, things started happening. So early around when we were doing CSEC, right out of
Mm-hmm.
the school gate of the Arden High School, the
Big up
educator of
Arden.
Gemmar. Yes. I was hit by a taxi right out the gate one day and flew up in the air,
And you
dropping
talk
all
so
gutter.
casual. You just talk so casually. I was hit by a taxi as if I
Then
never
how
nothing
else me to say it?
serious.
Me didn't
Oh my
know.
gosh.
Me didn't know.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, man. Yeah. So got a bump on the head, and so it was their theory that that might have triggered something because I
Mm-hmm.
had a bit of brief amnesia and woke up in the hospital, forget my name and everything, but then wake up and come to. So they like that may have caused it, but then they find out later on the road that my sister also had it, so it's hereditary, and so thus
So
began
in
the
your
long
case, it's
journey.
hereditary. Mm-hmm.
Right. But at the time, they didn't know that that's what it was. So when it first started manifesting in high school, we know
Mm-hmm.
it to be like an emotional disorder. Some people, the majority of their knowledge is that sometimes they're happy, sometimes they're sad, but it's more complicated. You can get delusions, hallucinations. For example, in high school, I'd just be sitting there in class, and all of a sudden, to me, it looked like everything just freeze, like time stop. But not changing it. But in my head, when my brain is perceiving it, because it's a chemical
Mm-hmm.
imbalance in the brain, everything freeze, and then all of a
Wow.
sudden, to the teacher in front of me, I say, "Oh, you're good, everything all right?" And I'm like, yeah, no,
Mhm.
I might have superpowers, but I'm alright. You know.
Wow.
So that was how it started manifesting, and
This must have freaked you out though.
it freaked me out. But I'm watching enough shows, so in my head, and I say, all right, cool. This is my hero origin story, clearly.
Oh my gosh, they
Um,
always say creatives are, you know, but wow.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then the natural response from Jamaicans, especially at time,
Mm-hmm.
is God, which is nothing wrong with that, but when you go straight to demon possession now, a different story now, and them say, oh,
So hold on. So persons actually thought you were demon
yeah,
possessed.
because I come from a religious background. So everybody in my community, parents, family, everybody is either, oh no, I'm
Uh-huh.
possessed, man. So then call the church and
Wow.
start, do the whole sing praises, olive oil, everything. But when a
And the thing
bipolar
about
person
it is,
sees that, mhm,
sorry to cut you,
you know,
that can even think about
that
it.
make it
You
worse.
exactly, you don't know what's
Yeah,
happening. You're a
right.
teenager. And that approach, I definitely can only imagine
Yeah,
how that
so
made you
So
feel.
I'm not even saying for religious people that you can't, pray and everything there, but you have to be careful
Right.
when you're dealing with that. So after a while of just prayer and fasting and tie up
Mm-hmm.
and olive oil, somebody say, why this not working? I'm going to try one doctor. And when doctor come in now,
Oh,
doctor say, so this look like a mental illness. And them try some
right.
medication, it start improve. Them say, yeah man, I really just that. And them say, okay, you can still pray, but I don't think the olive oil is what's
Right.
needed
And
for
the
the
tie up,
general
no.
and the tie up,
No. Oh my
And
God.
so that's another journey for them to get the diagnosis right. I thought it was schizophrenia at first, but then the 19
Mhm.
after experimentation, so now man, it's bipolar.
Question.
Mm.
What's the difference between schizophrenia and bipolar?
Well, both are psychotic or psychological. What do you call it now? They're psychotic breaks, right? But they're different in that bipolar is more of a mood disorder. It's on a different side of the spectrum.
Mm,
Schizophrenia is like more
okay.
severe or serious and harder to control. So that's not that's not
Really?
necessarily
So
the
you're
way you're
schooling me
perceiving.
today because I
Yeah,
didn't
man.
know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
man, they're different. Schizophrenia is more on the side of hallucinations, delusions, uncontrollable actions and
Mm.
reactions, how you're perceiving. Bipolar now, both are chemical imbalances. All of these come from the brain chemicals not working
Mhm.
properly. So that's why even though it's a mental health illness, it's still, it's treated as a medical disorder, which people don't get. It's still
Mhm.
physical, biological
Mhm.
problems, which are manifesting in the way that you're perceiving the world.
So this
essentially.
is something that you have no control over.
Right, unless you get on your proper treatment, and some are easier to control than others. For example, mine, it's more heavily medication based. Once I take my medication, I don't need to do a bag of therapy or whatever. I just need to take my meds, stay healthy, eat right, because that's a lot of it is triggered by stress. And I'm in a very stressful
Why?
industry, you know?
How do you avoid stress?
I can't.
You know
I
what I
can only
mean?
manage it. My industry
So
is underlined by stress, you know?
underlined by stress. Listen.
Yes. Hmm.
So, like I said, when I met you, I knew none of this. I
Right,
saw none of this. How do you manage,
right.
or when did
Hmm.
you get to a place when you are then able to, you understand what it is, one, and
Yeah.
two, you're coping?
Well, it took
Because
years.
if you didn't say this, I would not have, when I met you, I didn't see anything.
Right, that's the
You're
thing. I'm
just a
what's
sweet, kind person. I saw
right.
nothing.
I'm what's called
Mm-hmm.
a high functioning sufferer. So I've achieved a level of functionality where you would know if I didn't tell you
Mm-hmm.
because I've achieved mastery, I've gone on my treatment, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't let it affect my daily life. But that took years,
A
years
while.
of
Mm-hmm.
suffering, and it's coming to terms with it because
Wow.
at first it happens, you're like, no man, this is not you. I'm gonna stop taking the medication, and you're gone again, and then you say,
I
okay,
was
maybe
gonna
that was a
ask
sign.
you. So okay, hold on. So you
Hmm.
were tempted at one point to stop the medication
Oh,
because you're
definitely,
like,
because you want a natural remedy. You worry about your liver and all the medication you take daily, every day for the rest of your life is a
ah,
long time, Not that I do that. No, I'm at a
wow.
point where I don't have to because of all the work that I've put in. To a point where have my
Mm,
emotions and everything under control, even more than a regular person, because I have to exercise the muscle continuously every day. So like regular people, let me use an analogy. Think of a vehicle. So regular people can drive
mm-hmm.
automatic. They don't have to think about how you're perceiving the world, the emotions, everything. You just live. A
Mm-hmm.
person like
Mm-hmm.
me, we're always in manual. So I'm always a stick shift. I'm always concerned with, all right, what is this person feeling? How am I reacting? Is this okay? I can never
Mm-hmm.
go too far in any direction. Any extreme emotion is not good for me. So whether it's happiness or sadness, anger, I can't go too far in any direction. I have to just try and stay level at all times. So
All
that's
right.
kind of the coping
Stick a pin. Stick a
mechanism.
pin.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So with all that you just said,
Hmm.
as a man, hot dress.
As a man, a hot rat, yes,
How does that
indeed.
affect your relationships?
Boy.
Are you, I don't know if you're single or you're taken now, you know. I know you're on the,
Tambourine.
I know you're hot on the market, but how does it affect how you deal with your
I don't
relationships
know
or
what
your
you're talking
partner?
about. Sorry, the Wi-Fi chipped out a bit there. You heard me?
I'm hearing you, yes.
Yes. Okay.
You heard the
So
question?
just no, I've heard. So just for everybody out
Okay.
there, I'm currently a single hot rat, so not just a hot rat. Yes. But how I manage
Listen.
is that I bring it up early. I don't try to trick people. So on the first date, we're drinking juice. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to know your favorite color is red. Anyways, I have a mental illness. How you feel about that? We just drop it immediately if I'm
You know, you're
taking
a
it
good youth.
seriously.
You're a good youth. Because
No, it
no,
don't make no
listen,
sense.
people will hide
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. And if
Eventually,
it's
it's gonna
someone,
come out.
if it's someone that you're serious about too, yeah,
Yeah,
you wanna just start off right.
right. And it
So this
comes
is
from the
something that you
confidence
talk
that
about, right?
you have to. It comes from the confidence of me knowing I have it under control. Because in my book, if you don't, you shouldn't be dating in the first place. So if you're nervous about saying it, it's because you think it may negatively impact. Now, I'm just telling you for
Mm-hmm.
principle. But you'll never really have to deal with it because it's my thing that I have under control. I'm not a burden to other people. I made sure that before I'm going into somebody else's life, my house, at least in that way, is secure. Like, makes sense, you go, and you can't even manage yourself. You want to take on the next human, we probably also have something worse, a woman
Mm-hmm.
thing going on. Even, me not say
Look
nothing,
here,
but
excuse me. Excuse me.
no, you see that
How
now? You
woman
see
thing go?
that reaction? You know how
Okay.
women can get a little crazy. Not in my way, but your world can
We're not
unravel
crazy,
very
we're
quickly.
just emotional.
I never said you were, but yes, the man them out there know what I mean. So make sure you
Right.
manage your crazy before you take on another crazy. It's my
Yeah,
philosophy.
well, perspective, because it is important, separate and
Hmm.
apart from that, relationships are hard. No, if
Yeah.
you start off on the wrong foot, meaning not,
Mm-hmm.
just be upfront and say, hey, this is a situation. What has your experience been like with that? As a male,
Uh-huh.
it can be easy, but it's also
Mm-hmm.
good that you've come to terms with it and this is who you are. And listen, if you want to be a
Yeah.
part of my life, this is my situation. How has that been? Have you been in a situation where, you say it and then the person, you notice a different vibe, or it just did,
Yeah.
it went
In-
left?
Interestingly, no. I don't know if it's my deafening card, but I've never had someone ever listen to that and
Listen.
there's been an issue. It's
Oh
probably
my
also
gosh.
who I decide to take seriously because I feel like it's just the people. Some girls would have said,
Mm-hmm.
no, sir, what you say, I'm mad? Waiter, the bill.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I feel like the people I choose, they naturally are more understanding,
Mm-hmm.
and that not affect them. Once they say your thing under control, should be
Mm-hmm.
fine. It's just
And
like,
that's
listen,
good.
if girls can be out here dating criminal and scam and thing, I'm sure, you know,
Yeah,
um,
right?
you can find a way to balance it.
They can balance it. But no, it's
Hmm.
it's good. All right, it's good that you have not
Hmm.
had issues in that
Yeah, but
regard,
I think
because
I would tell people out there to prepare for the eventuality that there is, though. I'm not going to say it's not, but yeah.
and how does that
Hmm.
manifest in your, all right, for example, you're having an argument or an issue. How
Oh
does that
boy.
work for you? Because I know that stress is a trigger.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
I take on more
and
stress.
certain things you cannot control. Relationships are hard. You
Hmm.
do, have these moments where you just at each other's
Yeah.
throats for whatever reason. How do you manage that?
Remember now, before the relationship, that's why I say it's important. I have brought myself to a level of self-understanding where I know my levels. Remember, I'm driving manual, I have all my gauges. So I say, wait, the pressure run little high. One or two things that I'm not to remove myself or warn
Mm-hmm.
the person, say, hey, now if you remember,
Mm-hmm.
because I always see that like I have it together, but remember I have that little thing? Yeah, man,
Mm-hmm.
this is the line, you're currently here. Maybe we should pick this up another time. But you know that not always
Mm-hmm.
work when the woman them, you know, feel the thing go.
Depends on the
When it
situation.
just,
No, we just
when it just not business.
not
There's a
true,
level,
not
no, there's
true.
a point where it stop business. And it just
No, we
vex.
just it's just we like resolve sometimes,
No, I know.
So
And I'm a problem solver. That's the problem. I don't like to just complain. Sometimes when I just want to complain, never come with a solution. And it may turn
whatever.
into a back and forth. So my thing
Right,
is
but it's
either space but my go-to is conflict resolution. I just want to deal with it. Sometimes some girls them just want to run away and me I chase and say,
mm-hmm,
no man, come to deal
mm-hmm,
with that something here. And it turns into a bigger thing. So
mm-hmm,
sometimes I just have to take
mm-hmm.
a step back and say, all right, remember your training, just cool and easy.
Right.
I may just, some
Mm-hmm.
people see it as detaching or whatever, but I may just go quiet and just take everything in and just say, okay, cool. And some people, they want more of a rise out there, but they're not going to get that here. You have to be very talented to get that out of them because I know if I allow
Wow.
myself to go there, it's going to get, it's going to take
I'm
it to
I'm
a
s-
hundred, you
yeah.
know?
So you have to do
Yeah.
what you
So
have to do.
at all times, and that's it's not just with negative emotions like anger, even with happiness, I will never ever allow myself to be super ecstatic and just bouncing off the walls. Other people can do it
You
because they
said
know of
you'll
my
never
risk.
allow yourself, so you
Yeah,
have
because
to
it's not, I'm a
control how
human
happy you
being.
get.
Yeah, because I'm gonna feel these things. What I allow myself to let go and just be at the mercy of my emotions, which a lot of people do and don't have to worry about. I'm not saying it's wrong or anything. Like it's an
Mm-hmm.
experience, things happen, but my cross to bear is that I have to always keep them level. I
Mm-hmm.
can't just let go and just extra. I can't the drugs and them thing that I can't ever let go fully. So psychedelics, getting crazy drunk, I can't even think that I have to always be in control most of the time. So you'll find that
Good.
I don't do drugs and I have a very high alcohol tolerance because I'm always conscious.
Mm-hmm.
I will never say I don't drink. You know my thing go. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I do
Mm-hmm.
drink sometimes, but my
But
tolerance high
you
for a
have to be
reason. Yeah.
cognizant of
At all
too
times. Yeah, man.
of yes, the amount
Hmm.
that your intake.
Yeah.
Jamar, I'm very proud of you and that you speak up
Hmm.
and that you're an advocate. How, I mean,
Hmm.
did you just know that this is something you have to get out there to help others like yourself?
Because when I was first faced with it, I was faced with the choice of they're recommending a slower lifestyle with less stress, but I'm stubborn. I say I still want to go for my dreams, still want to direct
Mm-hmm.
movies. Is
I
there a
love
way to
that.
live like this? Yes, you just have to
Mm-hmm.
do some
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle changes. It's all right, cool, that's soft. So I just need people out there to know that the death sentence and that, yeah, if you have this thing, it don't mean
Mm-hmm.
that your life is over. You can still do everything you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to change a few things. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to
Okay.
talk about it more like a regular illness. It's not this crazy taboo thing. Oh my God, you have a
And
mental
guess
illness?
what?
Oh
A lot
no.
of
Yeah.
persons don't think like you, especially the men. And men
Hmm.
don't share a lot of their emotions and what
Yeah, it's
they
society.
have.
Yeah.
Yes, because of society. And
Hmm.
a lot of them don't have the support that you may have. So it's good
True.
when you can share and uplift somebody and say,
Yeah.
hey, listen, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. And let me
You
say,
can still
for people,
pursue your dreams. You can still
right,
do all that you want to do.
right.
Um, and talking about that, that's how I met you. I met you on a set,
Oh, yeah.
and years later,
Yeah.
we met again
Hmm.
for my TV series Keto Girl, for my web
Yes.
series Keto Girl,
Hmm.
and I manifested that exactly. I did
Yeah.
because the TV. Oh, I was told I just manifested that I will have a TV series in
Amen.
Jesus' name.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Look at that, man.
Yes.
Where's me there? It must me.
Amen to that. So yes,
Amen.
I just knew I had to have you on it. You were
Hmm.
the first person that I had in mind.
Oh,
I said
yeah.
Jamar, and again, you didn't hesitate. You're like, yeah, man, ready. What may I do? And so
Yeah,
I
no, 'cause you're
love
my
that about.
people. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
thank you.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I just want to touch a little bit on that. How was working with
Mm-hmm.
me on that? How was that for you? Um,
Yeah.
acting and given the
Mm-hmm.
type of, the whole setup of what we were doing. What was that for? What was that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, first off, just doing things, people in my life of a certain category I'll always never hesitate. In general, I'm kind, but I have even a softer spot for people that are going after things, going after dreams and goals. And I will never hesitate to help because I have those and I know how hard it can be going after these things. So I'll always jump to it.
Listen.
So, but this was right up my alley and it was different. So what's unique about Keto Girl is that it's not conventional in the way that we do it. So it's not necessarily a
Tell
fully fictional
them.
story. Yeah, we're using real names. The only thing
Mm-hmm.
is that the scenario might even be semi-fictitious because it's real life. We're just playing fictitious characters that are also real. It's like an
Mm-hmm.
alternate universe kind of vibe. So it's less acting and more, you are Jamar in this scenario.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? And it's also a
Mm-hmm.
good acting exercise. So when I come on a Keto
Mm-hmm.
Girl set, I have to unlearn everything in my traditional background and be open
Mm-hmm.
to what our director Leighton is saying. Big up Leighton. It's a very
Hey, big
unique
up.
style of storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very refreshing experience coming off of the usual rigid scripted set and coming to Keto Girl now.
Mm-hmm.
Just very fun.
Yes.
And I think it's strengthened even my directing and what I know about acting. And it helps to fuel my work. So I've used a few of, the things that I've learned on Keto Girl, the experiences there to kind of help
Wow.
bring out genuine reactions from people in other sets. So it's just been a very refreshing and productive set of series, and I want to see it go far. I want to see more
Thank you so
people
much.
experiment in that way. So yeah, man, it's a vibe.
Thank you so much. I
Hmm.
hope it does go far too. I'm waiting on some sponsorship,
Yeah,
so
yeah, man, it
fingers
will come.
crossed.
Sponsors
Yeah,
do the
I
right thing.
do the right thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I I loved how we got a chance to explore just
Hmm.
the reality and being in the moment. A lot of times you guys didn't know
Yeah,
what the episode was gonna be like.
that's all.
Like there are some things that we had to hide from you. And episode
Yeah.
8 particularly was one of those
Hmm.
episodes. And
Yep.
I was a little bit hesitant because of how much emotion was unraveled in episode 8.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how you were going to deal with it. I was like, "Oh, I don't," because of the
Uh-huh.
style of acting and script.
Hmm.
And I know how emotional it was for me. I
Hmm.
was worried that,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to handle it. How was episode
Ah.
8 for you? Because let me tell you, no, people, if you never watch
Yeah,
first
man.
and foremost, watch Keto
Balling.
Girl, but you have to watch at least up to episode 8. Episode 8 is like, it mash up
Hmm.
everybody. But what was that
Yeah.
like for you, knowing that you know, I was more worried because, I know that you have bipolar and
Hmm.
I didn't know much about it. I don't know how it affects
Yeah.
persons emotionally. Well, how was it for you?
No, as I said, now that I've gone through my training arc in life, I can manage
Oh, no, don't make
most
him fool,
emotional.
because him end up ball. Everybody
No, me
was
not say.
crying on set.
Remember me I say,
Everybody.
me a human being, so me not say me not feel it, but I am still
Yes.
gauging and controlling. So me say, all right, me never
Mm-hmm.
expect this, I go ball a little bit, so me just open the pipe a little bit, so it my burst, and let out some of the water, and me lock
Oh
it
my
back
gosh.
when
Oh
time.
my gosh.
We say, yeah, man, that
Well,
was a
it's good that
good bout of
you had so much
emotion.
control. But I'm gonna tell you, yeah, man, everybody,
Live
all
in the
the
eye
all the
water.
foul a ball live in
Yeah,
your
man,
water.
the fall them
Everybody
stop
had
and
to
said,
hold a corner
yeah, man. Hmm.
after they say cut. Everybody hold a corner for about
Yeah,
at least three
and
minutes,
then
not
come hug up.
talking, and then come
And
hug up.
then as a man, you say, wait, no, no, we have to, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna fix up back. You say, man, G, nah, too bally.
You're not too bally bally. But yeah, you
Yeah, man.
also you're a director.
Hmm.
You are what you produce, you edit. I know
Right.
you work with Maggie. Tell us a little bit
Yes,
about that.
yes. Yeah, so I run my own production company called Imagination Studios, but I'm also my
Jamar, what
main
if somebody
work.
want to hire you? Take time and say it over now.
Oh, me sorry, it's so second nature to me. So my independent exploits in film and
Mm-hmm.
TV. I do it under my personal brand, Imagination Studios, the manufacturers of dreams. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But
So
my
guys, check him out.
my main squeeze though, 95,
Oh
I'm the
wow.
production manager at Niche Creative Group. It's a
Mhm.
marketing and creative agency. So we work with clients like Maggie, Nestle as a broader brand, JM,
Mhm.
um, you know.
Top
So we do a
brands.
lot of TV shows, commercials, yeah, man. Dealing
Mhm.
with Visa, we do stuff with Visa, the
Nice.
card, Taste the Cheese, we did a campaign with them recently. So it's been
Very
good.
nice.
Maggie Food Court is a TV show people might be familiar with that we
Mm-hmm.
produce. We've done a lot of commercials you're seeing on TV and on social
Mm-hmm.
media that we're doing. And you'll see a lot of recipe videos from Maggie that's also, yeah, my team as well. So, it's a lot of good things going on.
You are doing
Hmm.
a great job. I'm so proud of you.
Oh
Um,
man,
and
thanks.
just knowing
Hmm.
that you have this issue, this, and you manage it so well. Like it's admirable.
Oh,
So I just want to say,
mm,
just, I admire you as a person,
hmm.
and I admire your craft. I admire how passionate you are about what you do. I admire how humble and willing you are. And
Good.
that's something that, for somebody like me, you don't
Hmm.
find, good people when you find them. And you are one of
That's
those
true.
people.
And on that note, one of the most important things about people with my
Sorry, I'm
illness
not
is
hearing it.
their
I'm not hearing you
circle.
repeat that.
Yeah, I'm saying on that note, one of the most important things about people with my illness is who you have around
Hmm.
you. Because when you're going off,
Yes.
people aren't gonna know you're normal versus what a stranger
Hmm.
would know. And they're the ones that are gonna support you and
Ah,
bring you back. So you
there you
always have to,
go.
that's why I surround myself with good people. I support them. I know a day will come, they will have to support me. So you want to have the real
Mm,
people. Keep your real family
very
close, keep real
important.
friends close. Stop chasing down the bag of clothes. And then people that you can go
Exactly.
far with as acquaintances, but don't have them as, don't forget that that's not your core group. And
I've,
because if something
I've,
happens, you're in
hmm
trouble. Mm-hmm.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
important for anyone out there that's struggling with the same thing that, you do. It's important to
Mm-hmm.
have good people around you. My granny always
Yeah.
say, if you have one best friend, you have enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
So,
Compared.
on that note, thank you
Yes.
so much for joining me, Jamar.
Of
And
course.
listen, all right, so all my guests get to ask me one question. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what it is beforehand. Look here, but keep it PG.
Mm-hmm.
What is your question for me today?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, my question is one that a lot of people would love to ask you, but they can't personally. Them love the art from them see it in a stage play and then thing there. Every time
Yeah.
somebody recognizes from category, they ask you if you ask you if you now go back on the stage and going on no more
If
play. what's
If
next for Camille? I mean, I see her and them thing there.
if
Talk
I
to the
had a
people
dollar
then. Yeah, man,
for
it's the
every
most
time I
popular
heard it,
question.
I know.
So I found it poignant to ask you.
All right, so one of the top questions I'm being asked, whether in
Hmm.
person or online, you stop act?
Hmm.
No,
Yeah.
I have not stopped acting. Okay. As a matter of fact, we
Hmm.
spoke about Catch a Girl. If you have not seen that, it's on YouTube. We have 17 episodes and
Yes.
more to come. Please go and watch and subscribe while you're
So
at it.
much more.
So, no, I have not stopped acting. Have I
Mm.
stopped stage acting? Yes. And when I say stage
Mm.
acting, I'm not saying I will never, ever, ever. They say never say never, right? But right now, I
Right.
know that's not where I'm supposed to be. And
Hmm.
so I have to be obedient. You know when you know when you know, right? And so I know that right now that's definitely not what I want to be doing. I want to do more film, just like I started my series. I want to do more TV, commercials. That's where I am at right now, and doing stuff like this, my podcast. So I have not stopped acting. Um, I'm just not
Yeah.
doing stage acting right now. TV, any kind of film, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
All right. I hope that
Yeah.
answers the
Speaking of
question.
which,
Mm-hmm.
it answers, and we have to do some work in it. I mean, it's a crime that I haven't directed anything with a great Camille Davis. So
Go again, sorry.
we need to get on that. No, I'm saying it's a crime that I haven't yet directed anything with the great Camille Davis, and we know each other so long. I need to get on that for
Yes,
sure.
and we
Uh-huh.
do have more work to come because
Indeed.
we have a specific project in mind and I have you in mind. You have to be
Yes.
a part of it, and so
Can't talk about it
definitely
yet,
more,
but you don't know. Yeah.
yes, definitely more work to come. But thank you
Yeah.
so much for being on my
Oh, thank you
show.
for having me. Hmm.
It's a
No
pleasure,
problem.
and all the
Anytime.
best to you, Jamar. Always admire, look up to you,
Yeah.
everything, and just all the
Oh,
best to you. Make sure
yeah,
to say the
man.
next
Thank
girl
you.
you find, yeah, a wife. Okay. No, that the last
Hold
one
on, you bring
wasn't.
me back.
No, 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 no. Meaning, I'm ready
Eh,
for you to settle down now.
a lot of mercy.
Settle
Now we
down
are sitting
time.
myself on the people and thing.
Yes.
Mercy. Okay, well, let's see how that goes.
I'll keep
It's
you
a
posted,
crazy
guys.
world in 2024.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Let's see how it goes.
And
Yeah.
yes, we'll talk.
Hmm. All right.
Bye.